ended on? What was our last test over?
I don't know.
What did we do? We solved
Integration.
We solved equations. We solved all kinds of equations. And when we solved equations, how many solutions were there usually? One. Well, this next unit we're going to be solving inequalities. And it's a lot like solving equations, except for that there's more than one answer. Alright, so this is a number line, and if you remember at the very beginning of school, we had to put numbers on the number line and remember the fractions, and it was kind of hard. Hopefully we still remember how to do that. It's going to help us for today, but we got a little bit of vocabulary to learn before we start our lesson, okay? First one is just a symbol. What is that symbol called?
Less than.
Greater than.
Which one is it?
I don't know that. I thought it always changed.
Okay, so this is how, listen up, quit talking.
Wait, that's less
This
than.
is how we know. The less than sign looks like an
L.
L.
for
So
less.
this one is less than.
Okay, can you write all this down?
Write these in your notes.
And
Write
the
this in
number
your
line?
notes. This one looks like a lowercase g.
Oh.
You got to use your imagination a little bit, but that's greater than.
I always thought the crocodile.
And that, Trent, how would I say this?
X is less than -4.
X is less than -4. Good. How about this? Quentin. Another one before we do that. If we do X is greater than, what's my last number? 7. That'll work. X is greater than 7. Taylor, where would our donut be?
On the 7.
On the 7, and greater than 7 would be this way or that way?
That way.
That way, good.
Job.
And we always want to fill in our arrow to say that we're going that way forever. Forever, okay? So there's not just one solution to inequalities, there's many, many, many solutions.
What if it did like X is greater than 7 equals a certain number?
X,
Like if it was.
yeah, we're not gonna have inequality symbols in with equal signs too. If we combine them, then they're either greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. And we'll do one of those right now. Lee, come up here.
Yeah.
What if we were to do X is greater than or equal to 0? What do you need? Yep. Where does it go? In which direction are you going? Greater than. Greater than 0 is going to be all the positives. Good job. Does everybody get that?
Yes.
Any questions? So what do you have this written down in your notes?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have this written down in your notes?
Yes.
Does everybody understand the difference between glazed and jelly donuts?
Hang on, hang on.
When do you use glazed?
It's greater than
When
or
it's
equal to.
open.
When it's an open circle,
Oh.
that's what a glazed is, and you don't include the number. Okay? You don't include the number. It's greater than 7, but it's not 7. It can't be 7. It has to be more than 7. So could it be 7.1?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's more than 7. What?
What do you mean you don't include the number?
Okay, so that's what this dot means. So for like this
Oh, like
one
you
I
don't fill in,
guess,
okay.
because it's greater than 7 and not greater than or equal to 7, you can't include 7 because it's not equal to 7. It has to be more than. So that's why you use the open circle. Any more questions?
No.
That's it? You got it? Good question. We'll say it's a Y.
Y is greater than,
Wait, start over here.
5 is less, greater than 1.
So 5 is greater than Y. That's correct. Okay, now we got to talk about our donuts. We go to the donut shop and we got glazed donuts. donuts today, and we got jelly donuts. Okay, glazed and jelly donuts. We came up with this in second hour. So if we're graphing inequalities on this number line, does anybody remember from last semester when we would use the glazed donut? This is your homework assignment right here on page 136. You're going to do 1 through 37, all of them, okay, the evens and the odds. And you can work in pairs. So I want, you two can work together. Sophie and Alec are together. Lee and Andrew are together. Taylor and Shannon can be together. You two can be together. Okay, Lee. You and Charlie. You and Trent. And you two.
When it's equal to. No. Oh, that one. This one's just less than.
It just when it's
When there's
less
no line in there.
than or greater than. We use the glazed donut. So when does that mean? When do we use the jelly donut then, Andrew?
When the greater or less than equal to.
Yeah, greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. We use our jelly donut. I don't know if they were hungry this morning or what, but that's what we came up with. So now we're going to either use glazed or jelly donuts to graph inequalities on our number line. So Mandy, come up here. We're going to help her out. Lee, for both of these, are we going to be eating glazed donuts or jelly donuts? Glazed. So these are glazed donut. And if we're doing x is less than -4, where do we need to put our glazed donut on the number line? X is less than -4. I'll give you a hint. You always put it on the number that they give you. So, -4. So we've got our donut on -4, and less than is to the left or the right, Shannon? Which of these numbers are less than -4?
-5.
Is less than -4. Good, so we're going this direction, okay? So that would be our solution. Thank you, Mandy.
That's a beautiful arrow. Oh my goodness.